And we're back with the Sacramento Athletics franchise mode here on MLB The Show 25. It is time for the draft. We are here at the All-Star break, and with our first pick, it is the 11th overall pick in the MLB draft. We are going to be taking a first baseman from Venezuela, Antonio Salazar. I'll be honest, I didn't do scouting. That's my fault. But I don't think Antonio's all that bad. Potential 80 to 99. He looks decent. 26th best player on the mock draft. We're going to pick him with the 11th pick. And for our supplemental pick, I think it's called, we're going to take Nelson Rodriguez, a closing pitcher with 85 to 99 potential. I get it, you don't want to take a reliever this early in the draft, but this was too good to pass up. Next up, I think I found an absolute monster here in Christopher Langley. We're going to stick with the theme of going international. He's from the Netherlands. He's 6'4" at second base. I don't really know how that works. I think he's probably more equipped to play third, but hey, we'll take it. He's huge. And he's a switch hitter. High potential, decent overall. I think that's a really good move. Third round pick, William Park, another relief pitcher, but I mean, unlimited potential. He's only 18 years old. He's a guy coming out of high school. So we went a little bit younger on this pick. I don't mind it at all after going, kind of older with our first couple picks. Then we go Jimmy Navarro, a 21-year-old. I don't know, this guy might be kind of mid, I'm not going to lie. 80 to 99 potential, but the overall is absolutely horrible. We'll see what he can provide us at the second base position. And then next up, Floyd Chavez, another reliever, 23 years of age. We talk about how our bullpen is the main thing that's been lacking, so if we can get guys who can contribute right away at the bullpen, I don't mind it at all. Obviously, again, trying not to go too many relievers, but 3 of them will play. And then we go back to first base here with Milt Groves, a 19-year-old JUCO guy, lefty, 95 max potential. We'll see. Again, I don't expect much out of him, but that's how our draft went. I like the first 3 picks a lot, though. First baseman, reliever, and then the 6'4" second baseman. We're not going to play the All-Star game, but here are the All-Stars, and our first All-Star is Jeffrey Springs. 2.14 ERA in his first season with the Sacramento Athletics. Wow. Springs is an All-Star, and he really earned it this season. Do we have another pitcher All-Star? Kenley Jansen's an All-Star? That's crazy. Jansen's an All-Star, Devin Williams, and Mason Miller. Back-to-back All-Star game appearances for him. The A's have multiple All-Stars. 3.16 ERA, but Miller still makes the game. I think that'll do it for the pitchers, definitely. Let's see if we have any hitters in the lineup. Bobby Witt, Duran, Judge, Seager, J-Ram, Altuve, Buxton, Perez, Pasquantino. Wow, Willie Castro. Traded for him a couple weeks ago, and Willie Castro is already an All-Star for the Athletics. Obviously played most of the season in Minnesota. Technically, though, he is an A's All-Star. We have 3 All-Stars, and make it 4. Lawrence Butler. Well-deserved, man. Already as many home runs basically halfway through the year this year than he did in the entire season last year, batting .270. Well-deserved for Lawrence Butler. Shane McClanahan being traded from the Tampa Bay Rays to the Washington Nationals. As a Nationals fan, this makes no sense. Brady House, Jarlin Susana, and Seaver King. We're giving up 2 former first-round picks. Susana, who's going to be a monster, he throws 102, for McClanahan on a 2-year deal? What? Anyways, we are actually going to play the Washington Nationals in today's video. In terms of signing all of the draft prospects, I got all of them to join the squad, so, nothing happening over there. Unfortunately for the A's, though, right now, we are horrible. We came off the All-Star break, and we've lost like 10 of 12. We were in first place in the AL West, and now it's just all coming down. We're going to bring up Luis Medina to the main squad. He's a 62 overall, but I thought he'd be better than TJ McFarland, who we are going to designate for assignment. McFarland with a 7.38 ERA. I mean, that's just not going to cut it. Get him out of here. We're going to keep simming, and we're just going to keep losing. Wow, we are on a 8-game losing streak. We are 7 games back. And, oh my goodness, we're going to play the Washington Nationals, the second of this 3-game set in DC. 9 straight losses for the A's as we take on the 54 and 59 Washington Nationals. Oh, man. I guess we can just throw away all of our playoff hopes now. I know, again, it was a little bit early in the timeline, but we were, in first place going into the deadline or going into the All-Star break. We're thinking, okay, we kind of buy, we get Willie Castro, and now... Again, we're 3rd in the AL West, we're 7 games under, and on this 9-game streak. Well, again, this team decided, we're going to suck right after the deadline, so I couldn't even sell. We're kind of just stuck with this team, and I guess we're going to try to compete, but here are the AL West standings. Yeah, I mean, the Rangers are 8 games over 500, and we have to pass the Mariners too, potentially, to try to make that case to get at the AL West title. It's not going to happen. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I guess we just have to make the most of the rest of the season. We'll probably play this game today, obviously, against the Nationals, and then I guess we're just going to sim all the way ahead to the end of the regular season, because if there are no playoff hopes, I really don't need to play the rest of this regular season. We can just immediately get into improving the squad in the offseason. Here's Josiah Gray coming back from Tommy John, 5.22 ERA for the former All-Star. Hasn't been all that hot for the Nationals. Lawrence Butler going to start off the game, and that ball's going to get down in left field. Butler is on with a leadoff single, bringing up the 2 spot, which will be J.J. Bleday. On the 2-1 offering, Butler is running, and he is in there. All right. Keibert Ruiz can't throw him out. Bleday still at the dish on a 2-2 count. It is Butler's 10th stolen base of the season. Full count now for Bleday, and he walks. What an at-bat worked right there by J.J. Bleday, putting himself on first base now for Brent Rooker. Rooker flies one deep in the air, center field. Oh, that's actually going nowhere. Jacob Young has it. We're going to run on JY. Here comes Lawrence Butler, and all right, Butler's moved himself all the way over to third, as we're now going to have runners in the corners with 1 out. But first, let's take a look at the Sacramento lineup for tonight. It goes Butler, Bleday, Rooker, Bell, Castro, McCann, Geloff, Urias, Ruiz. No Shea Langeliers in the lineup tonight, just a day off for him. And again, we'll let McCann bat in the 6th hole. Here comes Josh Bell, the former National, the former 2-time National, on the 1-2. Bell strikes one, deep right center field. That ball is one hop in the wall. It's going to score 2. Josh Bell is on with a 1-out double to put the Athletics up 2-0 here in the first inning. Now coming into the box, it will be Willie Castro, the All-Star. On the 2-2 pitch, Castro gets a hold of the gray cutter. Deep right field. It is out of here. Off the upper deck, Willie Castro goes 389 feet, his 13th of the season. Obviously, in that trade from Minnesota to Sacramento, Castro makes it a 4-0 lead for the A's. Where the hell has this been in the last 9 games? I mean, we could have used it. Castro goes yard. Kyle McCann now comes up on the 2-2 pitch, grounding one to second, right to Ahmed Rosario. He bobbles it, and he's still going to get McCann out at first. 2 gone in the inning for Zach Geloff on the 2-1 pitch. Geloff has just been kind of the definition of mid, but that ball is blasted deep left field, and it's caught. Wow. James Wood has it as we go to the bottom of the first. Here is Luis Severino, a good first season in Sacramento, 2.99 ERA, 9-4 record over 23 games started. He'll see JY, Jacob Young first in the 1-1 pitch. Young going to fly one softly into center field, but one center fielder will fly out to another. There is Esteury Ruiz, 1 down for Ahmed Rosario on the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Don't know why Rosario's in the 2 spot, but Severino strikes him out. Nathaniel Lau on the 2-2 is going to get popped out. There is Zach Geloff as he will call off Castro. We move now to the top of the second, 4-0, obviously the score for the A's. Ramon Urias, the former Norfolk Tides player this season, will get flown out into right field. Not to Dylan Cruz, but Stone Garrett is out there tonight for the Nationals. Ruiz now in the 1-1 pitch, grounds one to first. There is Lau to collect it. Just like that, 2 down in the inning for Josiah Gray. Leadoff man up, it is the All-Star for the first time, Lawrence Butler on pitch number 50 from Josiah. That ball is grounded too short and straight to Paul DeYoung. I don't know where CJ Abrams is either, nor do I know where Luis Garcia is tonight for the Nationals. Anyways, they have Jock Peterson now. Peterson going to line one out into center to Ruiz. Here comes James Wood on the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Severino sets him down on a fastball up and in. Kobe Mayo now on the 1-1 pitch, the new member of the Nationals, I guess, this season. He'll ground out to third to his former O's teammate in Ramon Urias. Here comes J.J. Bleday. He's going to get flown out into center field. I mean, that's a cutter right down the middle by Gray. Bleday just doesn't get all of it. It's flown out into center to Jacob Young. Brent Rooker now up on the 1-2 pitch. Just a bad swing. Really nothing else to see there. He's going to get popped out to Paul DeYoung. Josh Bell in the 2-1, the switch hitting first baseman, is just not going to get all of that sinker to the outside. You know, Gray has bounced back somewhat after his miserable first inning, even though we've just been missing on a lot of easy pitches. But anyways, we go on to the bottom of the third. Stone Garrett going to pick up the first base knock of the game for the Nationals. There goes the no-hitter. Keibert Ruiz, the switch-hitting catcher, going to strike out on that Severino sweeper in. 1 down in the inning now for Paul DeYoung on the 1-1. Garrett is running. Here comes Kyle McCann. Stone's out by a mile. 2 down in the inning. Don't run on Kyle McCann, I suppose. Paul DeYoung now on the 1-2 pitch. Severino going to get him to fly out into left field right to J.J. Bleday. to the top of the 4th. The Nationals haven't done anything of note hitting-wise today. Willie Castro, oh, he did not go. Really? They're going to ring up Willie Castro on that half-hearted swing. Kyle McCann now comes up, hitting one softly to second. Sliding play by Ahmed Rosario puts him away. That's the second out the inning. Zach Geloff now going to get popped out on a cutter up and in. So again, Gray has managed the damage a lot since early in this ball game. It's still 4-0. Let's just see if the Nats bats can get anything going, but it will not start with Jacob Young. Strikeout on that pitch away. Here comes Ahmed Rosario, swing and a miss on a sweeper. 2 down for the 3 spot. That will be the former Ranger in Lau. 1-2 offering, ball on the ground. Josh Bell with the dive, cannot get there. Lau is going to be on first base with 2 outs for Jock Peterson on the 2-2 pitch. Peterson cannot get all of that fastball as Esteury Ruiz is in center. That does it for the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Ramon Urias up first here for the A's, and that ball is slapped into right field. Urias will be on with a leadoff single, bringing up the 9 spot in Esteury Ruiz. 1-2 offering, and Ruiz will get popped out into shallow center field. By the way, Josiah Gray's day is done. Instead, it is a former New York Met, Jorge Lopez, pitching for the Nats. Lawrence Butler on the 2-2. I don't know why I swung. It's just a bad swing. 2 gone for JJ Bleday, full count. Runner was not going, that's my fault. Anyways, Bleday is going to ground out to short to end the top of the 5th. So again, no damage done by the Athletics post that first inning, obviously, with the home run by Willie Castro. But the Nationals hitting, man, has not been coming through. James Wood is going to pop out. Kobe Mayo is going to strike out on a sweeper away. 2 down in the inning for Stone Garrett on the 1-2 pitch. Garrett going to line one into right field, but right to Lawrence Butler. That is 5 shutout innings for Luis Severino. As Evan Reifert comes in a pitch now for the Nats, he actually got cut by the Nationals. He was their Rule 5 pick. They sent him back to Tampa Bay where they got him, obviously, in that draft. So he's not a National in real life anymore, but Brent Rooker going to welcome him into this ball game with a base knock. And here comes Josh Bell, hard hit ball into deep center. Jacob Young going back, and it just does not have the carry. Guys, we cannot hit a no-doubt home run to save our lives right now. We have one all year long on the channel. It's ridiculous. I want to hear no guidance. It's just bad. 2 down at the Castro strikeout. Here comes McCann. Hard hit ball into center field, but that ball is just going to stay in play. Jacob Young is there in center. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Can the Nationals finally get some runs on the board? Keibert Ruiz, well, not going to start with him. He rolls over right to Josh Bell. 1 down in the inning now for Paul DeYoung, the former White Sox and Cardinal on the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the sweeper away. 2 down for Jacob Young, and Young going to bounce 1 too short. To Willie Castro, gotta hurry up. 96 speed. Oh, he gets Jacob Young. All right, we go to the top of the 7th. Again, not much going on for the A's offensively. They got their 5 hits in the first inning, and they haven't done anything since. Ramon Urias strikes out on a fastball. They got 4 hits in the first inning, then Rooker obviously got 1 last inning. But yeah, nothing really going on. Here comes Esteury Ruiz flying one out into center to Jacob Young. But the positive out of all of this is that the A's are still up by 4 runs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Severino still in the game. Pitch number 92 to Ahmed Rosario. And there's a fly out into right to Lawrence Butler. Here comes Nathaniel Lau on the 2-2 pitch. He has one of the very few hits for the Nats tonight. That one's bounced to Josh Bell. Bell knocks it down, but shows no sense of urgency. So Lau's going to be on first. Here comes Jock Peterson on the 1-1. By the way, they gave Lau the hit on that. I don't know about it. But anyways, Pearson going to fly out to center field to Esteury Ruiz, bringing up now the 5 spot with 2 outs. That will be James Wood on the 1-2 pitch. 104 for Severino, and the second-year man comes through. First and second, 2 outs. Huge opportunity for the Nationals now. We bring in Tyler Ferguson out the bullpen. Just the pitch count wasn't permitting Severino to stay in the game. 2.72 ERA in the season for Ferguson, but Kobe Mayo gets a hold of one. Deep left field. Bleday going back to the wall. That ball's out of here. Kobe Mayo makes this a 1-run game. He lights up the district as the Nationals, with 1 swing in 1 inning, have made this a 1-run game. Mayo flying the American flag, as now a swing can just change this game now and tie it in a game that the A's have been in control of the entire outing. We've got 2 more innings to play. Colin Poche comes out the bullpen now for the Nationals, trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit for them. Here comes Lawrence Butler up first in the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Can't catch up to the high heat by Poche, lefty-lefty. Another left-left matchup as JJ Bleday is going to get flown out into center field right to Jacob Young. We've got 2 down now for Brent Rooker on the 1-2 pitch. Rooker hits one hard, kind of, but he's ultimately jammed on that slider. Jacob Young has it. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Adrian Morhone comes into pitch now for the A's. He's struggled as an athletic, 5.4 ERA, but here we go. A chance to set it up for Mason Miller, and he will get Keibert Ruiz to roll over to short to Ramon Urias. 1 down in the inning now for the 9 spot. That's going to be Paul DeYoung. Full count, swing and a miss. Sinker gets DeYoung. Now up will be Jacob Young on the 1-2 pitch, and a horrible looking swing. Got to hurry up with Young's speed, but McCann puts him away as we now go to the top of the 9th. So again, the A's have not been able to produce anything offensively. They'll try to get something off of Lucas Sims. Josh Bell on the 2-2 strikeout. Sweeper in by Sims puts him away. Willie Castro on the 1-2 pitch, another strikeout. Down he goes as well on the sweeper. Kyle McCann on the 2-2, and he gets popped out on a high and inside fastball. Well, the A's better hope Mason Miller pulls through, because this has been an embarrassing offensive performance past the first inning. Here comes Mason Miller looking for save number 27 on the season, 3.51 ERA. Ahmed Rosario up first in the 1-1 pitch. That ball is flown in to right, and Lawrence Butler charging in makes the play. 1 down now for Nathaniel Lau on the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Miller on the slider. Final hope for the Nats is Jock Peterson, and he's going to take a horrible swing. Zach Geloff gets there, sets his feet. Got him. All right. I mean, what a game played by the Sacramento Athletics here in the nation's capital. Not entirely how we wanted to win this game, but hey, a win is a win. The Nats give up 4 runs in the first inning. Obviously, the Willie Castro home run was huge in that, and the Nats scored 3, obviously, with the Kobe Mayo home run. Both teams with 5 hits. But in the end, the A's are victorious, 4-3. Luis Severino picks up his 10th victory of the season. Mason Miller picks up his 27th save of the season. I mean, for the A's right now, they find themselves, only, 6 games under 500, but you know, we got to keep fighting. We've already passed the trade deadline. There's really nothing else we can do from here on out. So the A's will look to close out this 2025 season, likely in tomorrow's episode before we look into the offseason. But folks, before we go, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and we'll see you again. Make sure to join us for our A's franchise mode episode number 8 tomorrow. So folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.